Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, let's dive into this. Today, we're looking at a completely profound piece of historical symmetry. We're going to explore a narrative of just immense courage, looking at how two drastically different historical moments somehow converge on one single powerful truth. I want you to really imagine the timeline of human history for a second. It's vast, it's chaotic, and, completely unpredictable. But every so often, history aligns in ways that literally defy belief. So, what if I told you that two of the most monumental universe-altering events that shaped the moral foundation for millions of people, happened on the exact same calendar day, but separated by centuries? To really wrap our heads around this, picture two completely opposing landscapes. On one hand, you've got dark, crashing ocean waves, deep, turbulent, and terrifying. And on the other hand, blowing desert sand, scorching, arid, and just completely unrelenting. These two environments, well, they literally could not be more different. And yet, they serve as the dramatic backdrops for our two historical extremes. Part 1, the 10th of Muharram, the escape. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it grounds us in a moment of sheer, terrifying impossibility. The date is the 10th of Muharram. It's a day of immense religious significance, widely known as Ashura. And, this isn't just some random mark on a calendar. It is the exact anchor that links the two monumental events we're examining today. So keep this day in your mind because it's the absolute foundation for everything we're about to discuss. So, thousands of years ago, on this very day, the 10th of Muharram, Prophet Musa, or Moses, stood at the absolute edge of the Red Sea. Behind him, this massive, tyrannical army was rushing up, quickly closing the distance. Just think about the overwhelming threat here for a second. He is completely trapped. He's got an impassable ocean in front of him and a ruthless tyrant right behind him. Logically speaking, survival looked completely impossible. Zero chance. But then, the impossible actually happens. The source material describes this incredible, miraculous deliverance. Allah splits the ocean. The crashing waves literally part, creating a clear path to safety, and Prophet Musa escapes. It's beautifully framed as the ultimate victory against tyranny. The oppressor is defeated, the believers are physically saved, and it's just this moment of unparalleled triumph. Section 2, Year 61 AH, The Stand. And this brilliantly illustrates the massive pivot we're making in history. On point 1 of our timeline, we have Prophet Musa, thousands of years ago. On point 2, we fast forward to the year 61 after Hijrah. But the date? It is the exact same calendar day, the 10th of Muharram, Ashura. It's like history is echoing itself across time. So it's the year 61 after Hijrah. The Prophet's grandson, Imam Husayn, is standing on the scorching sands of Karbala. The environment has totally shifted, right? We went from crashing waves to dry, cracked earth. But the threat? It's identical. Imam Husayn is facing another massive, tyrannical army. He is completely surrounded, facing impossible odds, exactly like Prophet Musa did centuries before. Let's move to Karbala and see how this builds into a really powerful, heart-wrenching contrast. At the Red Sea, the ocean parts, allowing for a miraculous physical escape. But at Karbala, the reality is agonizingly different. The sea does not part. There is absolutely no physical escape for Imam Husayn and his loyal companions. Instead of a triumphant departure, this stand on the 10th of Muharram results in the ultimate sacrifice. Which brings us to Section 3, Victory versus Tragedy. If we just look at the surface, one event is a miraculous, unmitigated victory, and the other is a heartbreaking, devastating tragedy. So you have to ask, how can two drastically opposite outcomes happening on the exact same calendar day carry the exact same historical weight? So the crucial point is this: both events teach the exact same lesson, which is believers do not bow to tyrants. That is the unshaken moral truth that perfectly synthesizes both the victory at the Red Sea and the sacrifice at Karbala. Whether the sea parts or it doesn't, that core principle remains absolutely unshaken. Section 4, Standing Against Modern Tyranny. Because look, history isn't just about the past, right? It totally reflects our present. Sure, historical tyrants were pharaohs and massive rushing armies, these overwhelming physical threats faced by Musa and Husayn. But today, everyday tyranny looks a lot different. It's those quiet moments when the odds are completely stacked against your personal values. It's that immense pressure you feel to compromise your integrity, to stay silent when you know you should speak up, or to just give up when things get incredibly difficult. Section 5, A Test of Personal Integrity. Ultimately, the stories of the 10th of Muharram invite all of us into a deep, personal self-assessment. How do we actually translate this ancient moral courage into our modern, everyday lives? Well, we can follow these 3 steps derived directly from the sources. Step 1. Recognize when your values are being tested and the odds are stacked against you. Step 2. Remember the lesson of the 10th of Muharram. Remember that whether the outcome looks like a massive victory or a painful tragedy, the core principle remains. And step 3. Refuse to bow. Hold on to your integrity, even when the pressure feels absolutely immense. The calendar continues to turn, and the source text leaves us with a very stark reminder. Ashura is approaching. Ashura is here. That specific date, the one that bridges a miraculous escape and an ultimate sacrifice, has arrived once again. And so, this explainer leaves us with one final, deeply personal question to reflect on. In your own life, when you are facing your own impossible moments, are you standing firm when the odds are against you?